All right, folks, we all love football. We all love Manchester United. But when love becomes sour, somebody needs to walk away. That's BK. I'm Gab the Bastard. He is Gossip Leak Rara. We're going to be talking about Rara, which is Ralph Raniak, and leaky roof. Few years ago, there was a report apparently that roof was leaking at Manchester United. People are not investing any money in this fucking club. Now the whole of fucking United is leaking with gossip, even more fucking trashy than the trashiest show. I must admit, I did watch that show, Gossip Girl. Let me just go through a couple of gossips that's going through. Ronaldo wants to leave United. Maguire and Ronaldo are brawling over captaincy. Maguire can't even fucking get a place in the team, so I'm just confused. Okay, United players divided over abandoning or sticking with Greenwood after the rest. And since we have heard nothing what's happening, United assistant coach is like Ted Lasso. I don't even know his name, Mike. Ted Lasso is popular. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Is it a real thing? Players don't like Ragnick. They want Pochettino. Pochettino has won nothing. Then they're like, Ragnick has also won nothing. I'm just confused again. Then United keeps throwing away leads with greater consistency than Manchester City winning the Premier Leagues. Then the other Ralph Hasenhuttl, trolled United, and he rightly did. He said it is not a big secret that when they lose the ball and that the reverse gears are not the best from everybody, indirectly saying you just shit, you just can't backtrack. And Rara is being called a fucking muppet. Scholes labeled Rara, which is Ralph Raniak, a sporting director, not a fucking manager. Then Rara saying earlier Martial didn't want to play, and Martial comes out and says, I wanted to play, I always wanted to play for United. Then he Rara said Jesse Lingard did not wanted a break to clear his head since his move to Newcastle or wherever the fuck he was going did not go through. Lingard comes out on social media said, no, I'm ready. United wanted me to take a break. And now bloody fucking Gary Neville comes out. He said, I know who the gossip girl is, who's leaking all these crispy gossips out of the training ground. I mean, this is just, I think tip of the iceberg. This is something which I've just heard. I just left writing notes. What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
United? What is
I
wrong
think
with us? Why are we reaching a point where we don't give a fuck? Why are you offline telling me that now we have just like, it doesn't matter. It
I
just,
think I think United should start additional stream of revenue where they have their own reality show where they show behind the scenes gossip between players like a Big Boss house or something, and they'll mint like millions of dollars. It'll be a great Netflix show. But to be very honest, like it's not how what you expect from a sporting footballing club, and I don't even know where to start. And there has been so much gossip that now it's all like hazy, right? You don't know what's fact and what's fiction and who's talking sense and who's not. It's all muddled, jumbled up shit. And I kind of agree with Scholes there that looks like Ralph Raniak is more like a sporting director or something in like manager like assistant or administrative position at a football club than a manager, and that's what he's done over the last 10-12 years with odd like few months stints as interim coaches in different clubs. So I'm not sure what his tactics are or what, because you can blame everything on the players, that players are shit and they're behaving like spoiled little kids and all that. Then whose job is to get them in line? Like is it the fans? No. Is it like the Glazers will come and like get them in line? No. That's the job of the manager, good or bad, like that doesn't matter. The manager can have like 20 soldiers doing whatever he wants, or he may have like 20 spoiled kids, but it's his job to mold them and play them. As long as results keep coming off the pitch, more or less whatever they do they get away with it. But now because the results are not happening, all these things, leaks are coming out. Players are just trying to save their ass, and both in the case of Martial and Jesse, I just think that they were both like trying to save. I mean, their PR manager or agent would have said, "Hey, like get ahead of this and like make a statement and all that." Rara has like repeatedly said that I don't talk to players on social media. If there is something, they should come and talk to him. So I don't know. I think it's all like agents behind the scene, wanting their clients to like not be their image to be protected and all that. So I think it's partly on Rara, like he doesn't have that iron fist, or players don't look up to him, whatever, one of the two. But someone somewhere has to draw the line. Like if this was Conte, he would have like kicked half the team out, saying that fuck you, like you don't deserve to wear a United shirt. So either it works like that, or you like like carrot and stick, right? You have to pick one approach. You can't like be in the middle and like be nowhere. So that's where I am, and I've, as I told you offline, right? I've just stopped following because there are so many stories every day. Two new things come out. It's hard to keep track on what's happening. I would rather like wait for match day and like watch the performance than like follow all this nonsense.
All right. So we'll not take too much time. I have a bit of a counterpoint. One is that again, I don't want too much of your opinion on that, like on Ralph Agnick. I feel Rara is not as bad. It's just he's stuck in a really hard place, between a rock and a very hard place. Okay, he's the right guy at the wrong place at the wrong time. He just needed a bit of time, and I have this feeling, and people might not agree with this thing at all, but I just feel like I've watched matches, last few matches, and I just feel the performances haven't been bad. In fact, performances have been good. Results have not been good.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I keep thinking this thing, and I might be completely wrong, but I have this feeling that United is just there's a one like it's just building up, like it's just, this something is building up, and now somebody's gonna get really big spanking. I don't know, it's gonna be Leeds. What's it gonna be, depending how Leeds comes out tomorrow. I also want your opinion who's gonna win tomorrow and the score line for tomorrow. But I feel somebody's gonna get beat real good, just the way our
I
great comedian used to say.
that's that's a good point, because I also see something is building, because last three games, all the one all draws barring the last win, the performances, like at least the first halves in all those games, like look at the shot and chances, like people are just not taking in all those games. We should have been 2 or 3 nil up by halftime, and the
Hmm.
game would have been to bed. uh, but yeah, the that's a positive sign. I completely agree. And in under Solskjaer, it was completely opposite. They would play like shit and then come back in the last 10-15 minutes and win it. So it's completely like the opposite end of the spectrum. But I hope you're right. But if this continues, then I don't think the result business is sustainable. Like at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you can be pardoned for 1, 2, 3 matches. But if it goes beyond that, then time is not in on anyone's side. And just to like tell you, like in terms of like you said, he's the right man but at the wrong time. He himself is believed, or he's behaving as an interim. When he took charge, he should have put the line in the sand and said that, boss, like even though like technically I'm interim, but I need to make decisions right now, like for the next 6 months. If he's allowing the hierarchy to bully him like an interim, then it'll be like players will also treat him like an interim, that he's just here for 6 months, then he'll go away wherever he is, like even if he's in the director box or wherever. He doesn't have too much control on our destiny. So we will do what we want. We'll make sure our image comes out unscathed, even if the results go bad. I just have a problem with him believing that he's an interim and behaving like one.
All right, fair enough. So just predict tomorrow's score. What do you think? We're gonna beat Leeds. Leeds is almost near relegation. Obviously, they're not relegation threatened, but they are pretty much near the relegation, only a few points away. We are playing away
Off
from
late,
home.
all my predictions have been 1-1 or United losing 2-1. So I'm going to pick one of those two. I still don't have confidence. It's one step forward, two steps backwards every time I say I start believing. So I'm going to stick with 1-1.
All right, fair enough. So what we learned from this thing, what I just heard, he said 1-1-1. So which means he's saying 11 goals from Manchester United, one goal from Leeds United. So 11-1 for United. I was really looking forward to 11 goal. I haven't seen this match in a while since India played Brazil, which I think Brazil scored like 65 goals. And they just stopped the game after 77 minutes because it was like too humiliating because all the goalposts broke down. Also, you said that Martial will be bought by Sevilla for 200 million pounds. He'll be the greatest buy of in the history. And Donny van der Beek will be bought for 150 million pounds by whichever fucking team he's in, Everton, I believe, which is Frank Lampard's team. And Paul Pogba will be sold for 250 million to Juventus, who have no money, but they will pay over the next 250 years, 1 million
So,
pound
so,
every year.
so United, with all this money, United can start their own Super League. They don't need other clubs.
Yeah, and Ronaldo will score those 11 goals tomorrow, so he'll be the top of the Premier League as well in goal scoring charts. And Ronaldo will
Yeah.
become the coach, captain, and everything of United. And Glazers, he'll take over Glazers as well. So that was a good learning. Manchester United will continue to frustrate us, as we already know. But let's hope. I think both of us love Leeds United, also, particularly because of Bielsa. I just hope it's a good game. If United win 4-3, I'll be very happy. But if it Leeds win,
I
I don't think I'll be truly unhappy. They will probably
I
deserve it
might
as well.
put. My money is on Scott McTominay scoring a goal. He seems to love Leeds whenever
Yeah, he
Leeds
scored
come to
twice
town.
earlier, I think, couple of
Yeah,
last season or something.
he's
Yeah.
last two games he's scored, and I think he might again enjoy playing Leeds.
All right, fair enough. All right, on that note, thank you for watching. And if you're a Manchester United supporter, then just buy some fucking antidepressants already. And please buy in bulk because you're going to need a lot. All right, take care. This is me, Gab the Bastard. This is Gossip Leak Rara BK. See you next time. Bye bye.